in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Saints and the Lions, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
The seating capacity. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind it.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Kamara off the draw. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Well, this defense for the Lions, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on a young season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming out of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that,
and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return, and the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 19 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. So draw defensive attention away from just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Gone. T.J. Sharp. And he is going to have a Lions first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. The Lions at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first down carry is Williams. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That one complete. He finds Sharp. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They run. It's Williams. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 24, Goff. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd, gone. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Demario Davis in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Jameis to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Winston. Complete to Zaccheaus. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
First down, Winston steps away. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
From the 39, Winston. And his throw here's incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue, because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On third down, Winston. There's Chris Olave. Now he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
18 yards that time as that'll move to James. From the red zone now, Winston.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. From the gun, Winston.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Now Winston. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
To throw is Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
And give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, Parker. Now a first down throw. Gone.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything.
This one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On third down, here's Williams. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Got an open man. That's Dave. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
The Saints going to head out now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that would overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 1st and 10, Goff. This is caught by Williams.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll fake the give. Now Goff toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To the air again. Goff. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mosley's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll start with a little East versus West in the AFC. And it's the LA Chargers heading east to take on Buffalo. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. John Mechie, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They start the second half here with Williams.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now gone. He's got it to Williams. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Now it's gone. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked off by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. There's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
2nd and 11 at the 41.
Here's Winston.
The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Ready?
Jameis now on first down. They'll find Miller. That's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Jameis to throw it.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Saints are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit. And, Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
Extra point safely through. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Here comes another drive from this unit. And, Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession. An interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation. But in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll stay on the ground with...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
But the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter.
This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. On 2nd down, Kamara. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Aleem McNeil picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Back now at Ford Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 13. Here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Now a play fake, and it's gone.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they give up the middle to Williams.
Down to about the 23.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long way from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Throw left side taken in by Miller. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Winston now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here we go with Williams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was some call right there. The game in the balance. They run for it on 4th down, and this has been the story all game long. They've been the ones that come up with the big plays when they've needed them. And that last one, that may have won them the football game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you were planning to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, they play their
Now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.